Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Manila, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. So we're doing a storytime video right now, and you might be wondering what is it about because I've been talking about it for a little bit now. And this video is going to be about moving to Germany. So some of you may know, you might not, I don't know, but I'm an American and I live in Germany right now. And that is because of military and we get orders to move places, frankly. And so yeah, I'm just going to be kind of talking about that because this was requested by a fan and I want to fulfill that request. So let's get straight into it. And right now in the background, by the way, I am playing Bloxton's Halloween Obby. It was really fun, so you should check it out if you want to. Okay, so getting started, about 6 months before I had to move, I figured out the orders that we were going to Germany. And so I had to tell my friends, and that was kind of hard and it was sad, and we didn't, I knew that I had to move, but we didn't know where to move, and we didn't know that it would be this far, and the fact that it was overseas during, everything that's happening right now, like the pandemic and everything, we just didn't know. And so once we found out, it was really crazy. And I had to tell my friends there, and that was sad because I was with these people, I was in their friend group for about 3 years because I have to move for about every 3 years, just about. And so telling them that was really hard, but we didn't think much of it because it was so far in advance. But it started inching closer and closer. And then in March, my school just completely shut down. They said no more school, no remote learning, no nothing. We're just done because of the pandemic. And so that was hard too because it was really random and I couldn't say goodbye to anybody. It was just, hey, this is the thing that's happening now. And so that happened. And then about maybe 2 months later, yeah, something like that. About 2 months later, my parents sold my house and we moved on base into the little temporary living facilities. They're like these little apartments. I moved there and I have a lot of friends on base at that time in that place. I was in Oklahoma last. So I had a lot of friends that lived on the base. So we would go and we'd still hang out and that was fun. But it was still getting closer and closer to the date where I had to go on that flight and move. So about the time we found out, it was about a week in advance and we were already getting everything all packed up out of our apartment because we were living there for about 3 months. And this is in this was happening in August. So really early August, this was starting to go on. And so we go and we have to drive across country to get to the airport there that would take us to Germany. And so that was interesting. We had a lot of stops there. We stayed at hotels. We tried to make the best of it, which is fun. And then once we got there, we were in Maryland. And that's where our flight was. And everything was doing good. We get on the flight. Obviously, it's not amazing because it's an overseas flight. It's going to be a long time. I think it was about 8 or 9 hours, I think. I'm not for sure. But we get on the flight and everything's going okay, We did have this guy at the airport. He messed up our plane tickets, but we didn't think much of it because we thought he fixed it. And so we got on, everything's cool. He did switch our flights a little bit. We were supposed to be on the earlier of the late ones. This was at 3 in the morning, but he put us into the later one. And then I'm pretty sure we got switched back onto the earlier one. And so we get on, everything's good. We're on the plane for about 7 minutes. And then my mom gets called up to the front. So we go up to the front. She does. And she doesn't come back for about maybe 15 minutes. And the plane's not moving. We're all just really confused. And she comes back and we got kicked off the flight. We got kicked off of the flight because turns out my dog's kennel was too big. We have a large dog. She's a German Shepherd. And apparently it was too big because they didn't calculate the pet cargo space, that if we have an extra large kennel, it's going to take up 2 pet slots, and they had limited slots. So mine, with 2 other families, got kicked off because we all had extra large pets. And so we were waiting in the airport. We had no clue what was going on. We had nowhere to go. And same with these other 2 people. We had nowhere to go. And it was crazy. And this was 3 or 4 in the morning. And then we came back. And what do you mean? I'm losing my train of thought. That's why it's hard for me to do these kind of things, because I lose my train of thought easy. But carrying on, so we're at the airport, we just get kicked off the flight, and then after that we go and we're waiting, we don't know what's going on. So the people come and tell us, and they give us a hotel. They give us a little hotel for free, which was nice for a little bit, but we're still like, we have a certain date that we need to get to this place, to get to Germany, because certain orders, and once that date, my mom could get in trouble because she's the one that had the orders. So we're waiting and we're confused, and so are the two other ladies that are with us that got kicked off. And we're in the hotel, and then all of a sudden they stop paying for the hotel. So now we're paying out of our own pocket in this hotel that costs a lot of money, and they say that they are no longer going to pay for taking my dog overseas. They said that they were gonna fund a little bit for ours, but they're not gonna pay for taking our dog overseas anymore because we got kicked off the first time because she was too big. And so shipping a pet overseas costs thousands of dollars. It is insane. And so we don't know what to do. We drive up to my aunt's house, which is still on the coast, but it's pretty far away. It's about 4 hours from where we were. And so we drive up there, and we have to drop off our dog. We stay there for a day, but then we got to go back, and we got to catch this next flight. And it's just me and my parents now trying to catch this flight. So we're trying to do that. We get there, and then all of a sudden we're waiting, right? Everything's normal, and all of their systems shut down. So now they need to write the tags for everyone's bag by hand. Got thousands, not hundreds at least, hundreds of people trying to get on this one flight, but we have thousands of people in this airport, and everyone's having to write out their tags. And my family, we had, I think we had 6 bags. 6 bags, and then we had our backpacks and everything in our carry-ons. So, but actual big bags, we had like 6 going because it's an overseas thing. And so that took a long time for everyone to get there, but we finally get on the flight, and it's morning time now. It's like 7, and we're finally on the flight. The flight that was supposed to leave at 3, and we're just on it, and it's not as bad as it seems. If you can fall asleep, that's really good. At this point, it's like a normal airplane ride, nothing too eventful. So we get off, we get all our bags checked out and everything, and then we need to quarantine for 14 days. We need to quarantine for 14 days in this little hotel since we came from overseas, which is fine. It wasn't fun. It was very hot because we had no fans, and this was in August. But we made do. We had other people get our groceries for us, which was nice. And then finally, we had to move into this little, another little apartment in a town that's close to where my mom has to work. And we're living there, which is really nice. And we're looking for houses because we're not going to live there permanently. And we finally find a house that's being worked on, and they say that you can move in by like X amount of time. At this point in time, it was probably about, 2 months. You can move in about 2 months, I think it was. So we were living in another little apartment until then, because it was getting maintenance done, and the inside would be done in about 2 months. And so I'm in that house now. We've moved in, which is nice. So, but they're still working on the outside, and that's okay. And so I'm finally started getting into school. And the first day was really weird because my school has 2 stories, so it's really tall. And I've never been to a school that has more than 1 floor. So that was interesting. But I got used to it. I got lost quite a few times. And I started making friends, which was fun. Some of the friendships didn't work out, but that kind of happens, that's how it is with people. You just need to find their good friends. I have some good friends now, and I'm doing pretty good. And that's pretty much my story of moving to Germany. Like I said, I'm not good with doing these kind of things because I lose my train of thought easily, but I wanted to try since it was suggested, and I want to provide for that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want, I can start piggybacking and doing more stuff in the future if this was a fun thing to hear me talk about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!